Hey guys, this is episode 4 of Grow Everything, and today I'm going to show you the process of removing an air layer. Now the first step in removing an air layer is to obviously double check and make sure that you have enough roots growing to sustain the plant. I'm not sure if it can be seen from the angle at which you guys are situated, but this side is completely thick with roots. This whole line across the upper center here is also completely filled with roots, as well as the other side. Also, before you remove an air layer from the mother plant, you're going to want to make sure that you have a really nice rich potting mix to plant the layer into so that it has a reason to grow. You want to have lots of organic matter, compost. I'm going to be watering this with compost tea to settle the dirt around the roots, so that should be a huge benefit here. Before removing an air layer from the tree, I would suggest removing a little bit of foliage, just so the brand new roots don't have to work so hard to feed this whole upper part of the tree in a time that will probably go through a bit of stress before it actually takes off and starts to grow. So I'm about to go and do that right now. I personally wouldn't suggest taking off whole branches, especially the day that you are going to remove the entire layer from the tree. I'd suggest taking off single leaves, because if you take off full branches, it could give your air layer a little too much stress from having these wounds wide open. And you don't want your plant to pick up diseases from having these wounds. So I would go ahead and just remove individual leaves, just so your plant doesn't have to work as hard in the start of its new life. Okay, I'm going to take a couple more off here. Okay, now that you've stripped your air layer of excess foliage, it is time to cut it off of the tree. Okay guys, now what I'm going to do is take garden shears, go right below the air layer, not into a particular place, maybe just a little farther up on the stem, and cut right at the base. And just be sure to make it a clean cut. You want the process to be as clean as possible. And there you have it. Look at all those roots in there. It's crazy. Alright. Now what I suggest, guys, is that you have a hole dug into the dirt in your pot in advance, just wide enough so that you can fit the layer right into the hole. I might need a little extra dirt to fill this to the top, but we'll see how it turns out. I could also take a little excess off the bottom, but other than that, I think this is good. Alright guys, now what you're going to do is take your new tree and you're going to sit it right on top of your pot here, and this is how you're going to be able to remove the tape and get this water bottle off. And there you have it, guys. Look at those roots. That's crazy. Okay, now what I suggest is that you take your shears, you go right in here and cut the base wood off right here, so that you don't have excess, making it super difficult to plant it into your dirt. You're gonna take this excess dirt right here, stick in your maple tree, and slowly feed it in. Before you add more dirt to this pot right here, I would suggest that you do a quick watering in to make sure that the dirt gets in between the roots and that you have no air bubbles whatsoever, because that will kill the roots pretty much straight off. Make sure every root that you can see is covered. Water it again. Make sure all that dirt's nice and compacted in. Don't compact it with your hands, let the water do the compacting. You can go around the edges and help it to firm up a little bit, but like another YouTuber said, I believe, you don't press any harder than you would on an eyelid. So you have to be very gentle. Well guys, if you follow all these steps and you're very careful and you don't damage any roots as you're removing your air layer from the tree, you should be able to have a whole new tree from merely a sucker at the base of the original tree. It's a truly amazing process, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Grow Everything. Thank you guys, and see you next time.